Good morning, everyone. We are from the Factivity, Implications, and Modality group, and we are gonna presenting our material for today's final term video. First of all, let us introduce ourselves. My name is Mutiara with the student number 086.
Hello everyone, my name is Jessalyn Rachel with the student number 093.
My name is Thesalonica Putri Olivia and my student number is 175.
Hello everyone, my name is Prismawinda and my student number is 163.
First of all, let me introduce the definition of the topic. Factivity pertains to verbs that presuppose the truth of their complement clauses. For instance, in she knows that the earth orbits the sun, the verb knows implies the truth of the embedded statement. Implication refer to meanings suggested by a statement that aren't explicitly stated but are inferred. These can be entailments or logical consequences or presuppositions or assume the truth. Modality deals with the expression of possibility, necessity, and obligation, often conveyed through modal verb like must, can, or should. It reflects the speaker's attitude toward the proposition's likelihood or necessity. Important aspects. Number 1. Factivity. Factive verbs like know, realize, regret, beware, remember. These verbs presuppose the truth of the following clause. For example, he realized that he was wrong. It is assumed he was wrong. Non-factive verbs like think, believe, say, guess. These do not guarantee the truth. For example, he believed that he was wrong. It is assumed that he might not actually be wrong.
And next, moving on to the relevant examples of activity, which are divided into two types, factive verb and non-factive verb. The first one, the factive verb example, is she regretted that she missed the meeting. So this sentence actually assumes it is true that she missed the meeting from the factive verb regretted. The next one, non-factive verb example, he thinks that the meeting was cancelled. So this does not guarantee the meeting was actually cancelled. So from this statement, we don't really know that the meeting was actually cancelled or not. It's just only his belief. So we don't really know the truth. So that's why it is called a non-factive verb, where we cannot refer to the truth. Whereas the factive verb, in the factive verb example, we can find out the truth from only the sentence. Whereas in the non-factive verb example, in the sentence, only the sentence is not enough to determine the truth. And then moving on to the next one, which are important aspects of implications. So they are divided into three types: entailment, presupposition, and conversational implicature. So the first one, entailment, is where if a sentence A is true, then sentence B must also be true. So for example, Anna is a mother. So this entails that Anna is a woman, of course, because only woman has the ability to bear children. And the next one is presupposition, is where something must be true for the sentence to make sense. So for example, Tom's brother is tall. This sentence presupposes that Tom has a brother. So something must be true, at least from this sentence, to make sense, which is Tom has a brother. So the next one is the conversational implicature, is where what is suggested in conversation is not directly said. Okay, so it is just, hinted. That's why it's called not directly said. So for example, A is asking B, "Are you coming to the party?" Question mark. B answered, "I have to work." So we can implicate from their conversation that B is of course not coming because B has work to do. And then moving on to the relevant examples of the implications, which are presupposition. The first one, Jane's brother is tall. So remember, presupposition is where something must be true for the sentence to make sense. So From this statement, Jane's brother is tall. This presupposes that Jane, of course, has a brother, a fact assumed before the main information. And then the second one is the entailment example, is where all the students pass the exam. So this entails that, of course, each individual student passed the exam because the sentence, the statement itself is already clear enough. All the students passed the exam. So we would entail from this statement that everyone, all students, each individual student, no one excluded, passed the exam. And then moving on to the last one, which is the conversational implicature example, where A asked B, "Did you finish your report?" B answered, "A, I started it." So we can imply from their conversation that, of course, the report has not been finished yet. It's not finished yet. It implies B has not finished the report yet. So remember, conversational implicature is where what is suggested in conversations is not directly said. So we refer from the context, okay, from the intention of the person saying or stating something. So yeah, those are the relevant examples of implications.
Okay, now let's start with three important types of modality. The first one is about epistemic modality. It is talking about the knowledge and certainty. For example, "She might come later." It shows a possibility. While "he must be tired," it shows a belief or certainty. The second one is about deontic modality. It is talking about the duty or permissions. For example, "You must wear uniform." It is showing an obligation, while "you may leave now," it is showing a permission. And the third one, or the last one, dynamic modality, is about ability or willingness. For example, "He can swim." It's showing an ability, while "I will help you," it is showing an willingness. Now, let's look at examples of those three types of modality. The first one of epistemic. "She must be tired by now." This means the speaker truly believes that it is true. And deontic, "You must finish your homework before playing." This gives a clear rule or an obligation. And the dynamics, "He can lift 15 kilograms." It is showing an ability. And now it's about the study by Fong 20 and 20. It shows how we understand modals in English. So the study says that understanding grammar or just sentence structures isn't enough to understand the modality. Instead, Fong suggests that we also need to think about the word's meaning, or what we call as lexical semantics, not only about how the words are used in grammar. This study is relevant to our topic because it is talk about how important it is to look at both form and meaning when we talk about the modality and its implications.
And for the second study, from Almurzeva and Habaleva, modality means in the modern English language, European proceedings of social and behavioral sciences. This paper explored the semantics and usage of modal words in modern English, focusing on their functional features and the relationship between language and thought. It analyzes modal adverbs such as certainty, apparently, and undoubtedly, discussing their roles in conveying subjective modality. And for the relevance, the study sheds light on how modal adverbs contribute to the expression of modality and implication in English, offering a semantics perspective on their usage. And for the third studies, from Nugraha, Sobarna, Mahdi, and Damayanti, the mode of must in the modality of necessity in English and its equivalence in Indonesian. Syntactic and semantic analysis. Journal Sampurasun, Interdisciplinary Studies for Cultural Heritage. And this paper analyzes the modal verb must in English and its equivalent in Indonesia. Focusing on syntactic structure and semantic interpretation, it discusses how must expresses logical necessity and epistemic modality, reflecting speaker certainty. And for the relevance, the study offers a cross-linguistic perspective on modality and implications, enhancing the understanding of how necessity and certainty are conveyed in different languages. And then these are our references. All from us. If there's any mistaken, please give us correction and also suggestions so we can improve our presentation in the future. Thank you for your attention and goodbye.